Hey, everybody, how's it going? May you have peace, may you have love, may all things be good for you. This beautiful morning on planet Earth, in which we are all embodied. I am Chrystine Marguerite of Lovevolvenergy. Hey, lady, how's it going there? So you have found me on this Friday morning. I rotate sessions on Friday mornings. This Friday morning, we are working more specifically in my wheelhouse, which is energy. I used to have a show called Energy Geek Speak. So that weaves in and out, in and out, in and out. But here on, I would say it's every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, something like that. We do energy healings and readings, scans. If it really is important to you, I can pull a card and move a little bit more into divination. But that depends on what's going on. So, welcome, replay watchers. All my links are above and below, depending on the platform that you're watching me. Hello, everybody from Intuitive Lifestyles Consulting. You'll catch this on the replay as it takes a little bit of a delay for this to show up for you there. So, hi, everybody there. And hi, Crickets. Crickets, you got my back. Digging you guys. And hello, everybody that's posting in the feed. So, if you're new to me, this is how it rolls. I spend the first maybe 15 minutes warming you guys up, saying hi, how are ya, to everybody in the feed, everybody that's live with me here now, since this is indeed a live feed. So, hey, I already said hi to Christina. And who else is here? Christy! Yeah. Hey, Heather. How you doing? Exotic Mama. How's it going for you? I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. There have been some huge shifts, but my surfboard was heavily waxed, and I've been surfing the this. So that's how it's going for me. Miracle after miracle after miracle, really. I don't know what else to say about that. I slept late this morning, so my eyes are a little bit more squinty than normal, perhaps. So I say that, but, and I do share some of my experience because those who are drawn to me are, and can I get a holla here? Starseeds. Hello. Aspects of angelic frequency in full force as part of your soul. I call those earth angels. Hi, how are you? Movers and shakers. Hi, guys. How's it going? Those doing the big things. And chances are, if you're a mover and shaker, you're a high percentage of your spiritual DNA pie chart, as we might call it, will be starseed or ascended master or earth angels. So that's how I roll, yo. And that's who I primarily draw to me and who I work with. It's interesting, I have a new client this afternoon. Wait, is that this afternoon? No, it's next week, actually. This afternoon is somebody I've worked with many times. Uh, and this is a young person. And I feel so blessed and lucky that this young person's parental units said, hey, could you support, help work with this young person? I think they are of the belief that a lot of what is happening for this young person has to do with their soul and their spirituality, and I would agree. So that's what's going on. DJ Diane, how's it going? Yoga Mama. Hey, you. What I often like to do in a lot of these sessions too, for you replay watchers, is often there are people in my feed who are fellow light workers, beings of light, doing stuff in the world. They're movers and shakers. Diane is definitely a mover and shaker. So, Diane, if you have anything coming up that you want to promote, post it in the feed. Anybody here, Christina, Christy, Heather, all you guys, I want you all to feel supported, and I want you to feel like you can have another place to promote yourself. I'm not interested in doing this alone for all of you. I do my piece, I do my part, and everybody else does their part. So, what is my part? Vortex Creatrix, um, uh, anchoring this summer. I've been told that I'm working with a different set of multidimensional guides for me personally, and it looks like it moves into more group work and working with a broader band of energy and humans and anchoring and being an anchor for that. So that's part of Vortex creation, is to provide that space for anchoring. And I do have retreats coming up, so it's going to be really interesting what happens this July, everybody. I'm just saying, I'm doing a weekend, offering a weekend, online weekend retreat. And some of those deets will be coming out soon. Some of them are in the feed, not in the feed, but in the intro section already. You can look at some of those. Yeah, Diane. Post the links here if you want. That's cool. Diane has a lot of stuff going on. Teresa, hi, lady. So everybody, if I've worked with you before, give me some updates. Let me know what's going on, and if you're feeling confident and brave, that you are high percentage of starseed, high percentage of earth angel, high percentage of something else that's coming forward that I don't have a name for yet. Incarnate and expanding your incarnation of that energy into your physical form. Post in the feed. Let everybody know. Fly your freak flag, peeps. Fly your freak flag. I'm going to have a little bit more water. So I'll remind you all my links are above and below. I keep reading the feed over here. She's reading some why like waves, lady. I don't even know, right? It, here's to you. I'm gonna clink clink. I'm gonna clink clink my glass of iced tea. So this is something a tea that I received from. You may know my mediumship friend, Gay Miller. She does heart-based energy work as well. I don't know the name of her company, but she's in the Light Shine Lab quite a bit. So she visited me last summer. Part of it was practical business, and part of it was, hi, let's hang out for a while. And as a thank you, she got me some coffee and tea. Um, and this tea is beautiful. It's hibiscus and mint and green tea and something else. I can't remember, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like the way with Gay Miller. There it is. Thanks, Diane. Thanks. Diane, please feel free to post some of your links here. Diane's a powerhouse if I've ever met one. And we used to be these tight alignment partners for sure. Um, so I could go on chatting about all that stuff, but I do want to get the bowl rolling, the bowl spinning and the ball rolling around what we're doing here today. Oh, and P.S. I'll be live tonight, my time. So East Coast, it's 9 p.m. in the Light Shine Lab. Really excited about that with my show there, embodied divination. So we are going to be doing more embodiment and more divination tonight. I will be offering divinations on energy, and we will do some meditation, some movement. It won't be full on ecstatic dance journey for your shamanic healing like we did 2 weeks ago. I'm peppering that in. So as I begin to warm up and rev up in the Light Shine Lab, I will begin to show you different aspects, different facets of the jewel that I am. So that's what I just wanted to mention, that I will be around late night tonight, getting groovy, jiggy, and all the other things that you get with. So today, hold on just a minute. I need to, the energy is different today. It's a little bit different. I'm feeling a lot of clarity and clearness. So that must be kudos to all of you that are here. Hold on just a minute. The energy's moving. I'm having to clear that out of my throat there. Yeah. Yep. Diane's posted it. Diane, I want to post this in the feed here. Hey, Claire Frazee. Speaking of Earth Angels, how are you, Mama? So Heather has, okay. Heather, I'm going to read this out loud because I think it will be of benefit for others. Heather says, I'm getting connections to many different star seeds. I think there's a few working with me, but hard to determine where I've been. No worries about that, Heather. All gets revealed in good time. In fact, although, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, my wheelhouse is what I'm offering today. This is energy up the wazoo, the zoo of Wa, coming at you today. I tend to be much more of what I would call an energy mechanic, working with energy medicine one-on-one, and having enough experience with one-on-ones, I can make general statements that are true for enough people that I have, incarnations that I've worked with. Less my wheelhouse is doing big, what my friend Lauren Antiferma would call it, EQ reports, energy quotient reports, where there's a big flow of energy. However, I've been noticing collective energies much more since the beginning of February. The you know year of the water tiger began. Silver water tiger, I believe. I'm not sure, which is this is my year. If there's any year ever, that is my energy. Water tiger is my energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you. I've noticed more of the global energies. Part of that is my living situation, but also what I'm guessing that is because they are so enormous. They are so large. It's ride or die right now. Ready or not, here it comes. The evolution energies that are happening. So I've been noticing that. That being said, if you can listen to me or not, believe me or not, listen to almost anybody who's tapping into these energies. April's a doozy. Towards the end of the month, we have a lot of astrological events, and that's just going to shoot us into May, June, July, August. There's a lot of stuff being cleared out. We're clearing out deep in our DNA and cellular energies. That's what it looks like. And I'll talk about what's happening to starseed chakra system in just a minute. If you would like a scan, a reading, an energy healing, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking about this stuff just as a PSA. You have to make space here. There has be you don't have to. If you do not, of your free will, make space, space will be made for you. Which is less comfortable. In my opinion, my personal opinion, that is less comfortable. What it looks like for starseed incarnates, is that the right term I want? That's the term I'm going to use right now. Starseed incarnates. Is that the column style chakra system is shifting and dissolving. The image I like to use is of a sugar cube and water or vodka, whatever. Champagne doesn't quite have the effervesce, but it does have that melty. The basic 7 to 12 to 18 to 24, whatever chakra system that you are familiar with and you're functioning through is dissolving like sugar and water. From my observational experience and my personal experience. So it's okay if this is happening for you. No need to flip. It's normal. It's completely normal. Let me touch in here a little bit. Hi, Honora. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha, Heather and Christy. Okay. Okay. Oh, sweet. All right. Just wanted to talk to a few people. I'm just reading a little bit of what they're saying. Honora's been hanging out with me for a couple days, really. It's what it feels like. She's another powerhouse. So, Honora, if you have anything that you want to promote, feel free to do that in the feed here. I really enjoy when people do that. Yeah, I mean, I have this platform here, so why not? Why not? That's how I feel about that. If you would like a scan, a reading, or a zhush, some energy work, know that you are your own diviner, and anything that I offer you is definitely for you and anybody else here who it resonates with. And you already know. So it's something that you could find for yourself. And for a host of other reasons, you're asking me, or Diane, or Honora, or Heather, or Claire, or any of the other intuitives here in the feed when they do their. I just happen to have the platform right now. And so, out of respect, other people don't give readings to each other in the feed. It's just it's the the Lightworkers Union respect code. It's so fucking weird. It's an ethics issue, which Dee and I can talk about endlessly, really. So let's get back to a little bit more of information, and then we'll start doing the energy scans. If you do want a card or something like that, I can go there. That's more 2 weeks from now, because next Friday we're doing the art. And then we're doing an art retreat that's free, that's online. I'm insane. I know. It's right before Easter. Deal. It's just what's happening. It's just what's happening. Easter bunnies, eggs, the whole nine. It's going to be powerhouse to paint out the grief in your heart and come to a wholeness exemplified by the symbol of the egg. Anyway, that's next week. Right now, the energy system of the starseed incarnates is dissolving and becoming something else. You might notice a white column of light. That's a lot of what the reports are that I'm getting from others. It's not that the old systems aren't there or functioning in a way, but they're being sloughed off like skin sloughs off, like your nails grow, like your hair grows. They're not going to be as useful in the years to come. So if that is happening for you, I will just hazard a guess right now that means that you have a lot of years ahead of you that it's going to be really important to be functioning from a different kind of basic energy system through which you are functioning. It's going to be much more helpful uh, and important for you in a uber practical way. By that, I mean it's going to help your lived experience on the planet as a human identity. Make no mistake, starseeds and earth angels, your primary identity is that of human, is that of your gift, your miracle, human being, primary identity. So that is half, if not more, of your pie chart and all the gifts that come with that. However, with the other spiritual aspects, my wheelhouse, this is what's happening for you. What it will evolve into next, I'm not sure. There is continual evolution, and there's been an uptick in that for everybody now. And I've had too many reports to ignore that this is what's happening and this is what it looks like. It will go through different phases before it does that, perhaps. For me, it was a while ago. I was talking about the Elohim lockbox technique. You might Google that somewhere, or I have videos about that somewhere, and I could drag that out and talk about that again. For me, it looked and felt like a lockbox technique, and I have to say, if I have to be completely honest, that the dissolution of the basic rainbow of the chakra system is not complete for me. There's still some things going on in this area here. That, in my observation, that hasn't been true for uh, every energy session I've done one-on-one with a starseed. So it's different. There's a lot of fluidity there. But I just wanted to state that. In some ways, it's a risk because there are some people that are very dedicated and have books on and a commitment to because of their books that they've written about the chakra systems and even the evolving as they evolve. So I cannot hide my truth. I have to speak what is true in my experience, and so there it is. And whatever the backlash is, if there is any, maybe there isn't. I don't know. We'll find out. But that's just, me jumping into the future when I really just need to be now. And it feels really good and expansive for me to say that truth. And it also, as I say that out loud to this audience of powerful people here, ooh, Honora is really talking to me. I'll read that in a sec, Honora. It's caused an energetic shift for me as well. And so there it is. Boom. There it is. Might talk about it in the Light Shine Lab tonight as well. So now we're going to shift into some readings and energetic healings. If we have much more time and there's inspiration, we're working at a quiet and what I would call advanced, a more multidimensional level today, because those are the energies that are coming in already. I do have some buttercup fairies with me. So if that's for you, buttercups with a lot of delight. That may be for Heather. I don't know. So let's move into this. So as I'm doing this, so if you haven't come across me before, you'll notice my eyes kind of lower or they raise, and there's a little bit of looking around, scanning. That's moving into what you might call a mediumship or channeling thing. That's the bandwidth that I'm scanning for other consciousnesses to begin to come in. And sometimes they just barrel forward and they just move right through there. Oh, D, then it's for you. Uh, we are in a time of synchronicities. So if that was your third, there you go. So I do have some scanning. So there's some energy work that will be done today. All right, I'm going to scroll up here and see what's going on. I'm pretty sure I can get to all these things. Oh, yeah. Honora has a lot of I am statements, and then she inverses them into am I questions. Beautiful, beautiful use of language there, Nora. Okay. She's working a lot with relationships. Oh, yes. Okay. So I'm reading. She has this, and I kind of want to post this up here because it's so powerful, Honora, and I think because you've posted it. If you post things, everybody, sometimes I will ask for permission, but I'm going to shift to saying that if you've posted in the feed here, I will sometimes I will show it up here in the video screen. So let's all celebrate Honora's process here. No. growing to love him again today in a different way as we grow from resentments into understanding, respect for each other a year ago because of my Seer's dreams and other coincidences that came from source to bring me to this journey with him now. Nor I believe that you know the answer to this already. I believe that you do. And if you do, could we get an amen? Hallelujah, praise Allah moment here. Jai Bhagwan moment here. I post this because it's a really good example for what happens in our evolution. We come upon, I believe that Honora is not doubtful. And yet her question switches from an I am this and this has happened to an am I? Am I? She knows already. Along our path, there will be different things that come in that could create stumbling blocks. It's important to announce them, to name them, to see them for what they are so that we can keep expanding in love. It seems like crazy pants when we grow so much in love that we learn to forgive the world that we live in. We forgive our externals, And Honora is talking about a husband, her husband, who is still her husband, and yet uh, the love has grown into a forgiveness of the world around her, of the relationships around her. This is significant, Honora. And yes, of course. Yes, of course. There you're asking about your wrongness has a perfection in it. Everybody, this is really significant. There's a perfection in that because you've put that question on the altar to the divine. And you have chosen, I feel honored, you have chosen this feed as your altar. And the divine has answered, and you know this, you know this. Let her be an example for all of us. Yes. What I will add here too, and she already knows this, Honora, my sister, already knows this. Look at her name. Look at her name. There's a gift in her name as well, everybody. The name that she uses here. When you're beating your head against the wall of forgiveness, you're creating the same energy that created lack of forgiveness. It's still a beating against a wall. Can you feel that? Can you see that? Quit it. Knock it the fuck off already. It's a little tough love there. It takes a lot of work to begin to back away from your beating the wall of forgiveness and to relax into the gift of love. Forgiveness is not a warrior action. Forgiveness is the peaceful warrior who relaxes back and says only love. It approaches the humans and the world around you and says, beauty, truth, divine, love is here. It exists. The alchemy is within you. The ex-husband is inside you. The husband is inside you. And I'm going to say something big here, everybody. Your inner Ukrainian, your inner Putin, it lives inside you. Everything that is external to you is an opportunity because it's easier for a human to blame and forgive the external. The real evolution is when you can, and this is why April is so hard. We're looking inside at where our inner dictator has forced us to beat our heads against a wall of forgiveness, and it's doing this. You are doing this to yourself, your own inner bully. I'm going to move that down. Your own inner bully. We have to see it. Your inner abuser. We have to see it. The inner tyrant. We have to see it as an aspect, as a facet in the diamond-like incarnation that is you. And then we have to take it to tea or lunch or outside to the beach and have a sit down with it and be with it. That is where the real evolution is. Honora knows this in spades. She's a teacher among us, everybody. It's in her name. Honora Lewis, it's in her name. And I honor all of you for doing the hard stuff. I don't know if Diana's still here, but she too. Everybody here too. Where can you care for yourself? Where can you have your own community of Ukrainians inside you who need compassion, who need to be fed and cared for? That exists within inside you. That is our Christos energy become one on the planet. It starts at home. As I say, fuck locally. Love globally, fuck locally. So go to the beach and have lunch, romance your inner dictators and your inner what you may see as victim. Yes. Those that we put external to us become our teachers to force us. Oh, it's so weird and violent, but to look at our own inner violence. Eventually we must. And now is the time, ready or not, wax your surfboards and go do it. You need to see that which is coming up for you. Totally, Teresa, totally. And for some of us, we can't do it first. We have to use the blame game and we have to rage against the machine until eventually we are so deep in our love and compassion that we can forgive the world. We can forgive the matrix. We can forgive the haters because we love the matrix that we are. Because we love it so hard. I have tasted this. Do I live this as a full-on embodiment? No. Christos blossom does not. Yet. But I do at times, and I know at times, and I feel at times. And again, and again, and again. I work with patterns, and so it is. All right. Thanks, Honora. So that was a big teaching that arose out of that. Diane had a question, but perhaps I already answered it. She says, my question is there, and I know this energy and need an independent view, as we often do, because this is too close to me for emotional reasons. I need unbiased read. You got it, Dee. Diane would like to know if the energy being that has recently been observing her, if it has any message for her, and if I should embrace it or create a boundary with it. Well, based on everything we just said, perhaps not, but I'm going to take another gander there, Diane. If you're even still here, I know you have a life to live and other things could be happening. For you, Dee. Oh. You asked if there was a message, and there is a message. So I don't have to do this work here for you. You're a powerful being. Once the message is received, there's an unwinding of this energy. So it's Diana, it's clicked in for you. It doesn't, it's not so much of a chord, but more of a click in somewhere in your torso. So it's one of those, I would say, in between your your upper body and your lower body. So mid-range, it would be called what, if we're in the chakra system, we're calling a low heart, the lower heart, or the um, upper dantian is what it looks like. So it's looking around the power of your love. So it's willfulness and love. It has clicked in, and there's a message for you there, Diane. So go and receive that. And so this is an energy reading for Diane. As the message is received, poof, there's this unwinding, and it resolves and moves from your energy. So of course, clearly your intuition was correct there. So thank you so much for that, Diane. Uh, and everybody, you could probably check that out for yourself. So let me see. All right, Christina, I want to honor you, lady. Yeah. Okay, Christina, let me see if you, Christina Barrow, let me see if you mentioned anything else in the feed here. Christy, I know you had asked. Oh, yes. Honora has some more things to offer here, people, so go ahead and check out what she has to say. So Christina, if you're still here, let me know. Oh, all this. So in terms of energy, I'm seeing that I'm seeing a bunch of consciousnesses coming to you. And I'm doing this for some reason. So perhaps there's some energy work that might be done if you give me permission. Really expansive, joyful beings of light that are coming to kind of hold you, and uh, you know, the old image that you see of angels coming from behind and like swooping you up. They have that quality to them. This kind of sentiment of "we gotcha." Ooh, and they're a little bit saying you can just sit back, you can just sit down. Um, that's all I'm getting for you. What they did give me is this color that has this. I love this color, and I'm trying to see if I have that anywhere. Often when I do energy scans, I use my markers, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to do a little bit of scribble. It's this mauvey purple color. I'm so glad that I actually have this color here. So let's see so if this color has any meaning for you, Christina. They gotcha, and they don't want me to touch you, so I'm gonna honor. They all have really, they're very high vibration, really good intentions. Do you see that color? Let me see if I can get it in some light. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So that mauvey, that gorgeous mauvey color, that's what they're working with. So there could be some symbols around that. Sometimes with the purples, we have Saint Germain, and we have a couple of other archangels. This feels, I don't, it's not quite Azrael, but there's another archangelic. Here's the thing with the angelic energies. We've kind of clumped them into the names that we know. They come as as a shower of energy, and so there are particular purple rays, or that mauvey purple that I showed you. Uh, some rays. Oh, D. Uh, Go ahead and rewind, and I gave you some of a read. Um, Michael is kind of Michael's the one. Michael, the energies that are Michael are saying, take a step back, Chris. Take a step back, Christine. These are other energies that are working with you. Are there other messages there for her? Sunshine. Is there sunshine where you are? Uh, they're talking about sunshine bathing. There are certain kinds of energy healings that happen, Christina, where it's really significant that we don't interfere, that we take a back seat and just be the co-pilot and let the energies that have come through do whatever they have to do. Is there anything that you want? That's all they're telling me, but they're saying something about if you need to take an action because you're a human doing to there, it's really looking like afternoon sun between the times of noon and 3 or so. There's something about the sun at that apex that seems really helpful. If you needed to do something to help with this, it's an organic process that's already going on, Christina. If you wanted to do that, the energy is very much of hands off. So, don't mess with it. Let them do it. If you start poking in and messing with it, it's gonna muck up the works and slow it down. So that's what I would do for that. Christy, baby. I know you had stuff, so I'm gonna scroll up. Oh, you just want to listen to stuff. All right, Christy, rock star. Not doing divination as much. So, Christy, I'm going to look at your energy and just see where things are. No mistake that you have a whole bunch of hearts everywhere. Love it. I'm so glad, Christina. Great. And really, I have to say, Christina, because it's already out of, it's already gone. You're good on your own, babe. You're good on your own for this thing. Christy. So I'm looking over here again, Christy. What is that for her? Darkness. Do you remember that band, The Darkness, Christy? Were you into that? They did this kind of throwback vibe in the early 2000s. Let me know if you want an energy scan here. What the heck is this, Christy? I know what this is. Okay. Yes, exactly. I saw them live before they got really big. Did they ever really get big? It was crazy. And they were giggling like schoolgirls that people were there for their show in America. They were so beside themselves. I was like, dude, could you just please be a rock star for me? I need you to be cool and not like giggle puss, right? Like they broke the illusion. It was so weird. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing your strength within a morass and a very heavy stream of things you don't want any part of. And it's coming from this direction forward, but you're surrounded in it, is what it looks like. And it doesn't. Are these memories? Are you going in the Wayback Machine and remembering some old stuff, Christy? Because you think that that's going to help you. So that's what my energy is showing. Uh, so here, let's do this. Uh, there's a there's a better way to do it for your system. We admire your strength. We really do admire your strength. However, I keep hesitating because more stuff keeps coming up, Christy. Partly because I've worked with you before, so the connection with you is a little bit easier. Claire, I saw you. We've got some stuff for you too, Claire. Don't worry. So everybody, what I'm about to mention to Christy, you can all look at for yourself. Yeah, because you married it. Point blank. You not just the human being, but you married that lifestyle. You married who you were. So there's some other ways to do this. Is it possible for you to get away uh, every couple of days or something like that, and to do some more intensive energy work for yourself? Uh, so you can get strong in this other way of doing it. So let's talk about this other way of doing it. This is how and I'm just doing my point of view, so take it, everybody, as you want. This could be helpful for some and not for others. Move into a meditative space, which I know that you do, and you can. Ma plaisir. No worries, baby. Move into a meditative space, a sacred space, meditative space. I would go outside of your current environment as much as possible. So drive to and I mean more than just the park. I mean the woods. Don't, go any place that is potentially creepy, but the woods, the lake, the stream, the beach. Stay in your car if you want to, if it's still chilly. But you want to be out in the middle of. It's going to create just an easier disconnect in a way. Let's talk about her trees as a way to unplug. We're talking about unplugging. Eventually, you can move back into it, but for now, unplug and have a conversation with, and if you want to journal the conversation, do some automatic writing or breath work or movement, go with that. Acknowledge the morass of dark, sticky tar bullcrap and say, hey, there's an easier way. Could you show me a a few little things to clear, because you cannot do all of it all at once. It's just not in an embodied, incarnate situation and viewpoint. It's not possible. So we got to pluck you out and expand a little bit more with a greater ease, and then begin to have that dialogue and work on a few at a time, a handful at a time. As you do that, with your angels, with your guides, you're going to do it with them, and you're going to ask for ways to do this. You're going to ask for some hints on how to do this. I can show you my ways, and so I'll talk about that a little bit here. I really have this feeling that they're going to help you through it because you already know how to listen. It's just focusing your damn mind enough without the distractions to actually do this. So a couple of times a week, as much as you can. And you'll feel when you don't have to do this as much, because you'll be able to bring this space back to your living situation, and your living situation will change. So, for example, um, you've said all the things and you create a bowl out in front of you or a blanket, a fuzzy blanket, and you call that the bowl technique or the blanket technique and say, angels, could you please, my guardian angel, my angels, my guides, could you please put everything here that is ready and safe and easy for me to clean and process and do some energy work with right now. And what will happen is you see plunk, 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 or however it goes, boom, 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 or it's through tones or music or however that works for you in your bowl or your blanket and or whatever you decide. You know, maybe it's a tree fort. I don't know. And and these things will show up. And then it will move into color cleansing or sound cleansing, or there'll be sacred geometry. They will help you, and they will give you whatever it is that needs to happen, specific and unique to you, Christy. And then that will dissolve, and you can blow it up or wash it away. And then they'll talk to you a little bit more, and then you do it again and again and again, or, 3 times max. 2 times, it's going to be unique per day. There's a chance that you do the energetic process and then you cry it out a little bit, or you rage it out a little bit, and you just pound your steering wheel or kick your wheels or your car or whatever. So it's going to take a little bit of effort unique to you because of your situations to begin to do this. So everything I gave you about that is waxing your surfboard and then going surfing. So you're going to get in your car and just tell everybody, I'm going surfing. And you're just going to go to your beach or your woods or your wherever and do the thing. Your guides speak to you really with great facility. So they can bypass me. I'm speaking to you as another fellow energy worker. They can speak directly to you. You don't need me to do this for you, or I'm just, that's all. That's all. Because we love each other so much and we can do this. So blessings to you, and would love to hear about how this goes. So curious. It's going to be weeks of doing this, perhaps, of energetic surfing and clearing, and you have the strength. You don't need to follow the Wayback Machine and go into the tunnel and live there. That that's grinding your gears. I just had 11:11 on my digital clock, so if that's helpful for you. Ooh, my time is almost up. I mean, I can go as long as I want to, really. So I hope that's helpful. Love you too, baby. Great. Please, please, please do. That would be awesome. Red Sue. Chrissy's talking to me endlessly on the tube that is you. I wicked dig that. Wicked dig. All right, sweet. Yay! You're welcome. All right, what else do we have here? Ooh. Everybody wants messages today. I can do some energy scans. That's my hope everything's going well at work, Teresa. All right, Claire, if you're still here, we can move into you. Everybody, if you could, if you're still here and you would like energy reading and energy scan, energy healing, nobody's actually asked for energy holding is more of what it is today. That's fine. Uh, so that I can move into some more stuff. Did you get what you needed, Claire, or do you need something else? Happy to donate to one of my angels. The guides are kind of clearing up now. I'm still feeling this other thing. What is this thing that's coming through me? What is that? Oh, interesting bit. Great, Claire, we can move into that. Just so all of you know. Okay, great. Great. You two, I'm gonna get to both of you, Heather and Claire. I'm gonna get to both of you. If you have the stamina to hang out for a minute. Um, kids are people too. Light workers are people too. Shit happens, particularly as you're going through shifts, and an evolution, an upgrade, an uptick is a shift. And so I had this gash to end all gashes, a mofo of a Grand Canyon of a gash in my energy. I kid you not. Last week. And I was like, what the? And I felt funky and had some energy work or received some energy work from a fellow energy worker of mine. And they're like, what the what? And I was like, meh. And so luckily, I do a lot of energy self healing. It didn't go too deep, but it messed me up, yo, messed me up. You guys, it still happens. It still happens. You catch it, you work with it. You catch it, you work with it. In vulnerable times, like I have been because of these evolutions, can happen more easily. So, and my approach as a personality, as a Chrystine, my approach to life is the flying squirrel method. I'm I'm like, yay! Vroom! And I go to something and then I land on that tree and I'm like, okay, it's time for something else. Land. Land. And that's how I do it. That's how I live. And so you can see there's a lot of potential Achilles heels in that way of living life. And perhaps as I continue on, I'm already getting messages from the Syrian collective who's going to be working with me this summer. As I say this summer, it's because I'm just going to put that up, Christy, because it's so funny. uh, I'm working in Earth time. The Syrians are working in time doesn't exist, all one thing. And so any work that I've done with the Syrians in the future has already happened. Anyway, so apparently I'm leaving my flying silver squirrel approach to life and doing something else. Oh, nice. It is what it is. Profound neutrality. I have a retreat coming up next week, an art retreat, a week from Saturday, where we paint all day or we use crayons all day long as a way to scribble out the darkness in our emotional body and heart, and then increase the light. And we will paint ourselves a new symbol of our heart with shamanic art. So be your own channel, be your own shaman, week from Saturday. It's free. It's going to be happening here. I don't know. I think there may be, it's a freebie for sure. You can donate. It's a freebie though. Uh, it may be a private Facebook group or private something. I don't know, because it's just a little too, it's a lot of hours. It's 10 a.m. right before Easter. I know. Deal with it. 10 a.m. We may go as late as 9 p.m. It depends where people's processes are, but we'll at least go to 6. Uh, yeah, I love it. It's very much kind of what do you all to know? I'm not a therapist, for sure. I am an art shaman with a certificate to prove it. Pretty soon I'll get the certificate to be a coach. That's what it is, coach for spiritual art. Anyway, that's coming up. And then next month, we're doing a day-long retreat with equanimity, meditation, and movement. And then after that, I think that brings us to June, we'll do a day-long of all the dates are in the blurb that you see, whatever platform you're on. After that, we'll do, after equanimity, we're going to do concentration and bliss. You kind of need some equanimity and sensory clarity to do this concentration bliss piece, or not. It's for all levels. That's going to be sick. That's going to be sick in June. And then July, we're going to do a whole weekend. And I have a friend who does a lot of ritual and energy work as well, who's going to be joining me on that weekend retreat. They're all Zoom. Nothing's live. Unless you want to visit me. Maybe Chrystine is going to visit. I don't know. So that's all going to be happening this summer. There'll probably be more things as well. We'll see how it goes. So, I remember that, Honora, your poetry. Sure. All right, Christine, you got it, baby. Come visit. Oh. So, Heather, did you want, so between Claire would like some energy work. Heather, did you want energy work or did you want a reading? Claire, you were right. Some of those things I mentioned about being out in nature. I don't know how warm it is there right now, and I imagine that creek behind you is pretty flippin' cold. There's something significant about sticking your bare feet in that river. I'm getting more messages right now. So help me out, guides working with Claire. Let's do some energy work for her. Oh, you are energetically. How can I help this situation? What I'm seeing, Claire, is two things. Walking the red path, and I think that has meaning for you, walking the red path. And also, there's this dismantling, get like gangbusters. You're shedding and dismantling these walls that you've had up like gangbusters. That's already an automatic. So what can happen? Let me call in Claire's guide for energetic healing. And they're showing me stuff. They're like, ooh, look at this. So they're showing me tongs. Hot poker tongs, but they're also showing me ice tongs. So we're working with fire and ice, Claire. But they're working in your head. They're showing, I don't know if this is if there's an illness with you or, it looks like what I'm seeing, they keep showing me the red path. They're showing me images from this. So they're showing me you wrapped in blankets, like cocooned in blankets, cocooned in blankets. Ooh, there's just something about saying that for you. Really important. They're working on your mind. They're working on your head. Hot and cold and hot and cold. So we get these cold plunges and these sweat lodges and um, things that you do on your own. So they're just showing me, I imagine, stuff that you know, head. They're not showing me hip. They're showing head, skull. I did want to say skull. So I'm glad that I said skull because now they're really showing me. So we're going, they're showing me other guides here, and they look what I would consider our South American guides. So this looks a healer, uh, where they open your skull and they drink from it, the font of knowledge, and they drink from it. And so if you could saw off your skull and it opens up like this, the top of it creates a bowl. It's very round. Mind of light. In the woods. I just saw something. Maine, the state of Maine has a lot of woods. Maine wood. I'm going to leave that there. I don't know what that is yet. I'm just going to leave that there. So it's a purification of your energy system. The request is your breath is very subtle. So that means you're in this sleep state. Um, so that the light can be, I don't know if this is happening now or if you are feeling a rush. They're saying they are, but as she moves deeper into her consciousness and a different uh, hypnagogic and hypnopumpic states, so that's either end of the sleep, you will be able to feel it more. It's all through. There's an ease, an emphasis through your divine feminine, and um, what they're working towards is your divine masculine. And it looks a divine upgrade is what's happening. So I ask you now to move into a very sacred space. If you have that capacity, I don't know where you are. These energies that are being worked with your energy are quite powerful, Claire. You have the capacity for the Most High, the most powerful, because there's a quality also inbred in you of most humble, most humble, most high are the same thing. It's so funny as I'm bearing witness to this energy healing for you. They're requesting that it can be a time capsule, but it's oh, there's something coming towards you, and it's dogs and kids that are interfering with the enormity of this process, Claire. And I mentioned it before, it's divine light flooding your brain and your CNS, central nervous system, and the energetic correlates of that. There's something coming at you then. Yep, okay, perhaps it's that energy. I don't know if you're the bakery or if you're the other players. Restaurant, I should say. They are willing to time capsule this and for it to occur during naps. It's important that this happened during naps in contrast to sleep state. Your sleep is really important. This is a kind of nap that's going to feel what Chrystine would call a kind of energetic and trippy. And I'll say a third time, healing with divine light. It looks white, white gold, very yellow, very bright, bright, unable to be stared at. Healing and balancing the central nervous system energetically so that the divine masculine within you, becomes cleared and more whole, cleaned. It looks like they're cleaning it. That's a lot of powerful stuff, Claire. So I'm putting that in a time loop, a rip in time, so that it, on request, can emerge for you. So anything that I mentioned can trigger this healing. It does feel like it happens on request. Over a couple month period of time, depending on everything. Okay, Claire, that is the energy I have for you today. Ooh, I'm also seeing the Hara dimension, your Hara line, your intentionality, your will, your intentionality on the planet. You might call that purpose, creative intention through will is being strengthened through this process of healing the balance between masculine, feminine through divine light. Okay. Thank you, Claire, as always. Whew. I need my lightsaber. We're going kind of long today. Hey, Heather. You still with me, babe? Love you, Claire. Thank you. For you, immediately, I'm still clearing Claire out, but at the beginning, when I started tapping in, I saw you hard at work. That's not exactly the phrase I want to use. Very embodied, very at work before you. It's enjoyable work, however. Enjoyable work. Heather's an art shaman if I've ever seen one. So let's move. Thank you. Sometimes the reason that Claire's energy takes a minute to move out of me is because her energy in general is very healing by nature. So thank you, Claire. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, Heather, we're ready. And did you want some healing, my love? With you, always there are flowers. Always there are flowers with you. So sit back, relax, and listen as I describe the visuals that are happening. And if other things begin to happen for you, Heather, you can engage with them as you like, or type them out or share them later if you want. So I'm seeing blue already. So I'm seeing you relaxing back. And it's moving downward through your roots. So we're going to clarify your grounding just a bit. But it's more than that. There's a healing through how you root through one of your sides. Okay, and I'm going to request to put her in a bubble of that is appropriate to her. Okay, so already you being in a fuzzy bubble, already begins to shuffle off some interference. There's a lot of the flavor of interference around your field, like it's around most of us these days, Heather. It's of a different quality. There's a more staticky, electric-y, uh, annoying, staticky, electric-y feel to it. So we're just going to create a little individuation from that. Eventually, it will just flow through you like a sneeze. Eventually not such a big deal. Oh, you can see I'm bouncing. I have a little bit more energy as this goes on here. The nature of defenses within you looks like some hard, crusty armor. So, for the purposes of today, we're going to look at that. So you may feel into that. Where and if that you can perceive that existing in your body, Heather? All right, there's already some grounding happening here. There's a mixed bag of assistance. So I'm going to ask your higher self and your guardian angel to come and to begin to wash through you and clear out anything that is truly not helpful from now onward. And that's just going to wash, wash and flush through your aura, through your whole body. Wash and flush, wash and flush, wash and flush through the up. And to have that fortify this temporary boundary, awesome fuzzy boundary around you, to fortify it a little bit more and allow in only supremely helpful divine support, guidance, healing guides and consciousnesses to enter into your bubble right now. Oh, and automatically things feel different. And I'm imagining you feel that as well as you're breathing. They're requesting that you stay present no matter how relaxed you get, Heather. So if you increase your breath through ocean sounding breath, that could help you stay more present. Or you could tap or touch your thighs or your knees or the arms of the chair or your own arms or something. So deeply relaxed, but also now present. Sometimes it's helpful if you've gone into a deeper state to simply open your eyes and realize for yourself that you can be in a deeper state, eyes open. So we're just going to calm the system down now. Beautiful colors coming in. For me, I see a kaleidoscope of different colors calming you down. The suggestion is, for me, it's a kaleidoscope. For you, it's a particular color or two that is moving from the above space through your energy, through your body, your actual body. And with this, we can begin to lift off some of the hard crusties. I'm going to use some ocean bubbles, salt water bubbles, to begin to loosen this cracky stuff that can come off. So it's as if it connects you to some old memories, to some old things. So we're going to move off what we can of this armor, but not all of it can move off right now. That will happen in the next round. We're just going to begins to float off. It begins to be washed and floated off. Breathe and feel. From my view, it goes out and up. Through this, they can anchor you more fully into the ground, already anchored. All right, so there's a healing balm moving around. There are still patches of hardness, crusty stuff on different areas. If I ripped those off, they would start to bleed, and it would be a little bit scab-like. So they're on there as a kind of scabbing off. That's pretty much what this defense is. It's just an old crusty scab. As we do this, there's this other process that's happening above your head where the theme that they told me of this other process is an increase in intuition. So that's all balls and flowers, and that's something your guides are doing, and they're having me be with this other stuff. So we're going to create this gelatinous balm that encases all of these wounds and scabbed scar defenses around, and there's many patches, and it's just moving in and around all those patches. There's an infusion into some of these patches. So this infusion that's being put in to some of these patches, this is all energetically, Mama, is a dissolving solution, so that as it's healed and fed and nourished, the scabby thing, because I won't be there and you may not be paying attention, the hard defense will begin to dissolve. They were showing me as an example on one of the larger portions of that. So they're asking you to breathe into your belly now. And it ought to feel a bit like there's a weight off in some way. That you can breathe a little bit more deeply, a little bit easier here, Heather. Really great work. Really great work. Unique to your energy. They're showing me your heart center now as it connects to your emotional body, but particularly your heart center. And there's a balm infusing your heart center as well. So, although these are balms, they tend to have a gentler quality to them than a powerful waterfall force, and that seems most appropriate for your energy right now, Heather. Yeah, butterflies and doing good things. The phrase is doing good things for yourself. Good job. There's a lot happening there, Heather. So you may feel that there's a lot happening. Great job. And that's all we're doing today, Heather. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me in, and all of the things that were put in place between the healing gels and the solutions and the energies of the flowers and the balls above and the buffer zones and all of that. That dissolves within 24 hours unless it is recapitulated or as necessary. So if it occurs to you and you would like more of that or some variation that you discover on your own, Heather, uh, go for it. Lots of healing, lots of heart healing, lots of heart healing. So next Friday, and you may be interested in this, we're going to be doing an art in the morning. It's our art shaman morning. And we'll be doing a lot of that, and we'll begin the process that continues all day Saturday of just getting in touch with what's there and our own energy and what that looks like to heal the heart with shamanic art. So that's what we'll be doing for 2 hours a week from today. So I think that's what I have for today. You're welcome. I'm so glad. I'm going to post that. I'm so glad, Heather. Yeah. As you heal, you become more whole, which makes it shamanism. Some of your parts, your facets can become more clarified. Your parts can be reincorporated. And there's just more of you. There's more of you here. So I think that's about all I'm doing today. There may have been others that I could not have got to, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks and we'll do it again. So thank you so much, everybody. I feel very much in this sacred space, so let me move from Heather. Bit by bit we go, bit by bit. All my links are not in the feed this time. I didn't want to clog up the feed with that. All of my links are in the blurb, above or below, depending what platform you're catching this on. With so much thanks and gratitude. Oh, thank you, Heather. Thank you. Much love to you too, baby. Bye, Claire. She had to go. I think Honora had to scram too. We went pretty long today, and I'm happy to do that when it's needed. Really happy to do that. And I do want to put up this other thing that I usually put up at the end. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Big stuff happening. Big stuff happening. Every energy scan, reading, and healing, holing that I did today was big deal. It was a big deal. So I'm feeling that, and I'm feeling so honored and appreciative that you have trusted me with whatever's happening for you. So much appreciation for that process. As you might tell, and other people here that I've worked with verify, there are different ways to work with me. One is in this gallery style, reading, healing, holding. Sometimes we do cards. Those are the divination sessions. Sometimes we do these live stream energy healings. Sometimes we do art shamanism stuff. When you work with me one-on-one, all of this and more can show up. I have 3 different basic one-on-one sessions. I have 5 actually, but the 3 basic one-on-one sessions, where it's just a straight shot, are categorized by intensity. I have a deep session. I have a deeper session that you can book, and I have a deepest, which is actually a 2-session pack that you can book. Doing this kind of work that I've been doing today, but also everything. Everything. The other 2, I mentioned I have 5. What's this? The other 2 are one-on-ones uh, that are packages that I work with, a series of sessions that I work with people over the course of 3 weeks or the course of 4 weeks for different intentions. And I'll be talking more in depthly about those soon. But it's the kind of thing where we do a couple of deeps and deepers and deepest sessions, depending on which package you choose over the course of weeks. And in between our Zoom sessions, we're in contact every day or except for weekends, maybe, unless there's an emergency, through Voxer, which is a voice and text platform where I can also send files and all kinds of awesome things, which is why I've chosen that. It's basically just a messaging system that you would have to sign up for, and we chat, and I support you every day, usually for the afternoons. And it's limited to, I think, 2 or 3 questions is what I suggest. Uh, but I'll talk about all of that as I begin to create videos for the different of my offerings. So those are the other 2. The deep, deeper, deepest are the one-on-one straight shots. The I I have to actually look at what they're called because I'm in such a different state, and I've yet to really work with somebody on the that's not true. I have worked with somebody. That's a lie. One of them, the 4-week one, is called Deep Dive, although I'm changing the name to that. The other one is called Evolutionary Upgrade or something like that, although I'd be changing. That's 3 weeks. One is that's the dive deeper is more skill building, and the evolutionary leap is more let's go climb a mountain together, see how far we get. So those are the packages I offer. And I offer them now. I think bookings start for that in May, I believe. I have to go look back at what the board said and what I decided. And it's the kind of thing where you fill out a form and then we discuss when this wants to start, and then I book it privately so that you can have some flexibility with what is really going to serve you in terms of how to work one-on-one. So the ticket price for those is pretty high because, of course, you might imagine it's hanging out with me for a month. Anyway, so those are some of the offerings, plus the classes and the retreats, the intensive retreats that we're doing. Here's some stuff that's going on. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out with me for a while. I will be going live tonight in the Light Shine Lab, and we're going to do some embodied divination and some movement and some energy work as well there. We'll just see what arises and what needs to happen there. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, everybody. Have a gorgeous weekend and so much love to all of you. Always feel free to personal message me, to DM me if you like. and book sessions with me. I'm so open to that. And I'm open to being flexible with prices. You just DM me and we'll figure something out. All right. I love you guys so, so much. So appreciative for the work that you do, your genuineness and your sincerity in showing up for the co-creative process that happens on these Friday mornings until further notice. So appreciated. Keep going, you guys. Keep going. All right. Mwah. So much love. Catch it on the flip. Should I give you a little bit of music? I often do a little bit of music when I do on my way out because I just think it's pretty. I think it's pretty and it's fun and I like to say it. All right. See you tonight or next week. Oh, I forgot to say I'm here Tuesdays too, talking about how you might actually manage to do a home retreat. I forgot about that. It's a totally different personality when I do those. Ooh, I got some stuff happening on my divine masculine side. Can't wait to check that out. All right. No, I mean it. I really can't. All right. I'll see you tonight or see you next week. Beautiful weekend. Bye, everybody. Bye.